Good morning, my lovely people around the world, because you know I love traveling. I meet people that are like, I don't like traveling, and I'm just like, okay, here we go. So today is a fantastic day. Not only am I 47, that I will keep reminding the newbies that come in, and not only do I have the business at the age of 47, yes, I mean, I'm just absolutely stoked, and I don't care, I don't give a crap about showing the body for myself. I see myself every day. This is to remind people what almost 50 looks like. If you maximize your genetic potential, you can feel kind of funky too. And I don't mean like a chicken. All right, and the knee injury. It's way beyond genetics. It's about expressing your genes and manipulating your genes in a positive way to preserve your DNA. So as you age, even though I ate a standard American diet, even though I am nearly 50 years of age, I still got it. Still got it, even though I've had broken things and 10 surgeries on my left knee and broke everything as a pro skateboarder, you can still have your own business. All right, here we go. So today, I wanted to pull out the old the calculator. And the reason why, and I really don't want to make this a long one because it is my least favorite subject to talk about, the calculator, which I used to say in old videos that you cannot predict your future body in a number. Doesn't work that way. I get these questions all the time. Stephanie, how many calories? How many calories? Do calories matter? No. Not the number. Not the number. Not the number in the context of how your body will metabolize, especially because a cracker is going to metabolize and digest differently than a piece of steak at the same amount of calories. Definitely. One is primarily fat and protein, and one is a processed carbohydrate. They work totally different on a cellular level in your body. Now, so people like to, well, as far as the concepts of how much food, right? How much food does an individual body need to repair, build, and give you energy? And that's hard to quantify, right? You can't do it here. The way somebody will go on a treadmill and burn calories. Do you really burn calories? Did you know that your muscles can be comprised of calories? You think that when you exercise and you look at the treadmill and it's spitting out numbers, or you're calculating numbers, that you're burning fat? Yet not! Because we are modern humans. And our metabolism is junked up. It's deranged. We are exposed to EMF poisoning. We don't have enough DHA. We don't detox enough. We stress out like crazy AMOs. I mean, there's several different reasons why it is very difficult to calculate your future body in just a number. Like, you can't just go da 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 da, and therefore in 4 months, according to this much cardio and weight training and calories that I consume, I will weigh this much, or I will gain this much muscle. There's no freaking way. Stop using keto calculators. Stop using, they're very, and it is just like some very, very ridiculous, rough indication if you start putting in, oh, my age is this and my height is that, and la 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 la, and then it'll tell you how many macros you need for your fats, your proteins, and your carbohydrates. It just freaking, it doesn't work. The more people that I speak to that use that keto calculator, they get their macros wrong, and they junk up their body they don't adapt, and they're going like 3 weeks of feeling tired. They're like, I don't understand. Like, the keto calculator said this. No, people. And my fitness pal, same crap. You're like, but Stephanie's really great. So I can chart my macros. So I can see on Wednesday I ate this, and on Friday I ate that. And I'm like, did you check out your sleep? Did you check out your detox? Did you check out your freaking attitude or your stresses? Like, for example, I spoke to a woman yesterday from Australia, 45. She's so cool, but I digress. She like, we were using, and here's the only thing that I sort of, and I mean really struggle with, but it is a glucometer that measures your blood ketones and your blood glucose. Yes, that predicts your body, not your body, your blood, substances in numbers. But even that can be subjective. If you use a glucometer and you read on the message boards that 2.5 indicates that you're in ketosis, because I have a million people using the pee strips, the urine strips, that don't work. And they're like, I'm in ketosis. Yep. I'm in ketosis and I have hypoglycemia and I haven't lost a pound. What say you, Steph? And I'm like, get rid of the freaking pee thing. Now, a glucometer can be a useful tool. It can be. I think it actually can be a useful tool to indicate your stress. Because how many people are going to, hack up a loogie and use a cortisol test, a 24-hour cortisol test? I mean, that's just hard to do. Your day changes all the time. Your gut biome changes all the time. So it's very hard to use a cortisol test. I mean, it can kind of proof positive, confirm, yeah, your cortisol is too high at this time of day and it's out of rhythm. But other than that, it's kind of hard to go like, am I stressed? Am I catabolizing? Okay, guys. I got I'm so psyched. I'm pumped. It's like, y'all don't understand. I can't stay still and do a video just, presenting it in this form. It's just not me. You see people on the news and they talk like this. Today, they're containing that energy. Not me. I'm just letting it out. Yeah. Okay. So, keto calculators, MyFitnessPal, trackers, when you have them on your cell phone, these apps to track whatever. But the problem is that you guys aren't really tracking other issues that could be problematic in your life. Like I said, a dysbiosis of the gut, leaky gut, adrenal overload, your gut biome, your sleep, if you're overtraining or not. What's the difference between this kind of soreness and this kind of soreness? Because one can put you in a catabolic state, and the more you train, the more ripped you don't become. This is not genetics. This is modified genetics. 47 means I should be premenopausal, I should be soft, I should be fat, I should have the saddlebags, my butt should freaking drop. I can't overtrain. I've broken too many things. It's impossible. And overtraining is going to do what? Create the opposite effect. And then I'm going to start to look online for HRT, hormonal therapy replacement things, and drugs to create this illusion of a muscular, bubbly, ripped body. But as you know, I digress. So basically, I'm talking about trying to calculate your body. You want to get into ketosis? Let's look at the time. All right. You want to get into ketosis? Okay. Even if you don't want to get into ketosis, you want to get healthy? You want to feel good? You want to have energy? You want to get rid of disease? You want to have mental clarity? You want to get rid of your depression? Stop using this. Focus on this. Who are you? Look at yourself. I mean, I talk to people all the time. People don't like to admit that they're vulnerable. If If you cannot admit that you're vulnerable, then those calculations aren't going to give you any indication of what's really going on here in your hypothalamus, in your adrenal glands, and in your gut. Those numbers won't give you shite. If you use a glucometer, you can say, okay, my ketones are 2.5 and my glucose is fasted in the morning on an empty stomach is 77. Whew. I'm in ketosis. And for those who are not trying to do keto, who are doing paleo, whatever the frack, and you use a glucometer, and your blood sugar is 98 per se, or as in European and other cultures, it's in millimolars, it's under 5. And you're like, I'm healthy. And I'm like, you know what, those numbers aren't too bad. But guess what? We never stick at one number. We're like this. Use a glucometer. It's definitely a great tool in the context that'll give you a very general range. Now, those numbers I just spat out were pretty good for a non-keto person, for a carb-burning person, and a fat-burning person. But just because you measure that number one day, you may not measure that number next week, and you'll have no idea why they went like this, flip-flop. Why? Because you're not paying attention to yourself and who you are. Because stress manifests in like 200 different ways. And if you don't pay attention, you won't ever find out why. And you will not be able to manipulate your DNA and do epigenetic gene expression like I have done. It's impossible. I feel life. And I pay attention to everything. I intuitively and analytically and soulfully. That's how you fix your issues. Get the business. Get shredded, strong, mental clarity, and cure disease. And get some darn sleep for the first time. And what? Have some energy. Yeah. Stop using the keto calculators. Number one, every time you go online and Google something, the numbers always change. You know, 3 cups of eggplant is going to say one number on it, random. And 3 cups of eggplant on another form is going to give you another number. I see it all day long. So the calculators are rough indications. And often they get it wrong. My Fitness Pal and your calculations. I'm trying to tell you guys, listen to me. You can chart your macros. That is not always going to be the thing that gives you the body that you want. Or your macros. It's beyond what you're eating. It's your freaking personality, yo. You are producing cortisol. You might have undigested food sitting in your gut because your HCl levels are too low. You might be stressed. So the body's like, why use peristalsis? Let's just slow that down to conserve energy so the body will survive. And if you have a slowdown of peristalsis and you get packed up, that my Fitness Pal and my keto calculator don't mean nothing. Pay attention to your body. Stop being denial. Stop being so freaking sensitive. Yeah? Take the hits, open your eyes, figure out where you are to find the body and the life and the health and the relationships and the hormonal balance and the brain, the glands, to find their way so you can like get this junked up machine and the liver and the kidneys and you can start to unjunkify it. And when you unjunkify the body, you really have mental clarity and emotional clarity. That's what it's about. It is about. Get rid of the keto calculators. The keto calculators are the worst. Stop looking at keto diets online. Do you know when I do my consultations, I go over the hour sometimes. I gotta stop doing that. Whew.